I guess it's also about timing, because when we did pivot to doing virtual experiences, we found that actually the technology for extended reality meaning combining augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality, it's been around for like more than 10 years or so. It kind of like took off in 2014, then kind of like died down. But in the last 5 years, it's really seeing a revival with the introduction of new hardware and software that has allowed creators to have more accessibility to the technology. Like, the major players like Apple is in the game now with its new Apple Vision Pro headset. So things are really finally showing signs of taking off, despite all the talk in the last 10 years.
Sometimes it just needs to ramp up, right? So if we were to go to one of your events, what would we see and experience that is different to other events?
Okay. So right now, what we started with was working with dance companies in Singapore to create immersive dance experiences. So some of it involves basically using the 180-degree or 360-degree cameras to capture performances in 3D that you can view in the headset and feel as if you're up there on stage with the performance. We just finished creating a multi-sensory spatial VR experience, which you can enter the virtual space, walk around, actually interact with objects, pick up a flower, or even feel the physical we did astroturf on the ground, but virtually it's actually you're in an enchanted garden. So creating these experiences allow us to then extend beyond just doing simply virtual experiences. And with the new headsets that are enabled for mixed reality, we intend to create more mixed reality experiences where you are attending a physical event, for example, or physical performance, but you can still immerse yourself in a way that will have additional augmented elements in that virtual space.
For me, when I look back at my employee years, and I've even done a startup and exited a startup earlier as well, the common thread that I saw in all my experiences and working years, Kanan, was that I really enjoy building things, whether it's building and creating a new product or a new brand or launching something in a new market or building a platform or a product. So the common thread for me was I find the joy of building and creating something above anything else. And therefore, for me, that was the reason why I decided to jump in again and build Gimify, where we are trying to build the smartest marketer in the world and make her available as a subscription platform for anyone who wants to punch above their weight when it comes to marketing. And I have also been a marketer all my life, Kanan. So I've been on the brand side, I've been on the agency side for a while, I've been on the media side, and therefore I've seen marketing from a 360 perspective. And we put in all our learnings and wisdom and mistakes into building Gimify. And so far, the traction has been fantastic, and we're looking forward to the journey.
If you had Gimify as a marketer, would things have been very different for you?
Yes, Kanan. And even now, when I look at marketers, and I'm sure all of you know marketers as well. The one common thread across is if you talk to a marketer and ask them, hey, how are you doing? The typical response you'll get it, hey, I'm so busy. I've got this event, I've got this ad, I've got this campaign, I got this going on, this website to launch, this Facebook, this Instagram, etc. They're always busy. And many times they're busy doing things that don't really matter that much in the bigger context of things. And therefore, Gimify is an attempt to help marketers get back their time. Gimify helps them to do all their day-to-day stuff, content creation, ideation, visuals, about 100+ things in a manner that takes a fraction of the time that it used to take us originally, and increases the levels of quality, increases the levels of creativity, and in a sense gives us back the time to be able to do things that really matter.
What Gimify does is it gives you time, but it also means the machine is doing a lot of stuff for you. So doesn't that also inject the threat of job losses and concerns about what do I do in this industry now? If somebody else is doing, something else is doing a lot of the stuff that I've been doing.
That's always the question, Kanan. And when we see around us, when new technology comes in, that is kind of the initial reaction. Hey, you know, this machine is going to do this, and therefore, what do people do who were earlier doing this thing on their own? But the way things pan out usually is that, you know, everyone figures out some new things to do. And everyone figure, you know, it's just like a reallocation of time and resources. And when Gimify helps you do 60, 70, 80% of the stuff that we used to do earlier on our own, what will happen is that we will find things to do that will add even greater value, that will drive our brand even more, that will build our business even faster. And then, you know, the extra resources will go into more productive things. And we as mankind, as marketers, as business people, will just end up at a higher level of productivity overall.
How many non-Japanese are in the business of putting out the sake brands?
I'm the only non-Jap in India, in Singapore. Yep.
Okay. So is that novelty something you were banking on, that you might reach out to a wider audience? I mean, was that a factor in deciding what you were going to do with Thirstypalate?
Because I felt novelty can die south, you know. So don't stick to novelty. Stick to your professionalism and your passion. I think that will carry you through. And maybe in the initial, novelty will have some effect, but you need to pursue and you need to show that you are really good in your field. I think that's very important.